Hello everyone. I hope you are always well. Today we will talk to each other about a very important value that if you understand it well and take it as a decision in your life, you will live a reassuring life, and the most important thing is that you will live a calm psychological life from inside you. This value, if you applied it in your life and lived with it, its psychological return on you is big and important to you. Before I start the video, if you see that I am helping you to have a sound point of view and help you change your life, make a like for the video and subscribe to the channel. Today we will talk to each other about the value of forgiveness. Initially, if there is someone who hurt you psychologically and you can't forget, always repeat the sentence, "God is my suffice and the best deputy." This sentence does not mean that you are praying against him. On the contrary, this means a big and deep meaning than that. Did you see when someone in particular makes another authorization for someone else? This power of attorney means authorization for this person. He works with him like this because he is confident in him and secure in all his needs. Why does he do this? Because he simply knows that this person has good behavior and is guaranteed that his right will not be lost to him. I swear to God, the ideal is that when you say the sentence, "God is sufficient for me and he is the best disposer of affairs," it means that you have delegated this matter to God. This issue is tiring you and you can't rest from thinking about it so much, and you still don't know how to reach a solution. Your mind is worried about you and your life is worried about you, so after you say this sentence, God will take care of all your affairs and act and bring you your full right with the passing of days. The second important step after that is to try to look for the person who wronged you for any excuse that he did this to you. Ignorant. Spitefulness. Keep him away from God. His lack of culture. See what made him do this to you. I changed it from you. For example, you changed him from your success role then, and you will surely reach this, and when you reach this excuse, be sure that the problem is with the person who wronged you, not a problem with you. Try to forgive him, and if you don't know, try again to forgive him, not for him because he actually hurt you and is a neighbor on your right, of course not. Okay, why am I telling you try to forgive him? You'll forgive him for you. You will forgive him only for God. And that you forgive him doesn't mean that you forget what he did to you and that he caused your heartache. You will forgive in order to delegate the matter to God, and he will bring you your right better than you. Better than facing him and always blaming you or praying for him. Because God is the only one who will bring you your full right from him, and you will see this with the passing of days, because you also condemn, you are condemned. I am telling you, try to forgive. Because if you don't do that, the topic will grow inside you. And it will turn into revenge, and you will be spiteful from inside you and wish him evil and be happy when it happens to him too, and gloat about him, and we don't want this. You will find yourself becoming like this in the first place without you realizing. Because you lowered yourself and your level of thinking to its level. Be careful. If this happened, this person will succeed in making you like him, and he won over you too. When you became like this, and the most important point is that when you take your right by yourself with God, you have done the same abuse. Don't ask God to be with you. You didn't wait for God. He is in his majesty to respond to the one who wronged you. You decided to respond by yourself and go to the battlefield. But if you try to forgive and forget, don't forget again and be stupid and give him your trust again and be sad. When he hurts you again, this is called naivety, and it means that you did not learn from the first lesson. So it is natural that you take the second lesson. You can learn this and stay away from harmful people in your life. If the topic is compulsory, you see this person every little while. For example, Try to close the door between you and him. There are no secrets to be told again, and put red lines to deal between you, and don't tell him about your weaknesses so that he doesn't come one day and use them against you. Let the relationship be very normal, and believe me, if you left the topic to God and prayed to him and delegated the matter to him in this person, you will see impressive results as the days go by. Because our Lord, in his wisdom, is able to bring us our rights that have been wasted by many people in our lives, complete and without any effort from you. Even your sadness, whenever you remember what happened between you and him, his words and his great injustice to you, you are rewarded by God for your sadness. Did you see how much God appreciates your sadness? Did you see how much kindness you gave to the wrong person can? You saw he will punish him in the world, and he will send him someone to do to him exactly like he did with you, to the extent that you will say what is happening to him like what happened to me in all its details. Not only that, no. Our Lord, whenever you say, Allah is sufficient for me and he is the best procurator, and his formation opens the doors of heaven for you and replies to you and tells you, and my glory and majesty, I will give you victory even after a while. Also on the day of resurrection he will bring the person who wronged you and bring you, and you yourself must forgive him and forgive him, so that God will forgive him after that. Because this is your right. And because God forbade injustice on himself and said in his holy book, in the name of God the most gracious, the most merciful. And your God is not unjust to the slaves. The great God is true. Because injustice is darkness on the day of judgment. Also in this world, every time he talks about you with gossip, may God take from his good deeds and give it to you. Well, this is in the religious concept. So the concept of psychology, what is the story? Psychology tells you that if someone wronged you and you went down to his level and replied to him, people will be confused. So the difference between you, because you are alike, one made a mistake, the other makes more mistakes than him and replies to him and wants to take his right from him himself. Enough, you became like each other, so the oppressed here every day thinks and plans and ticks. I mean, in a more correct sense, how can he take his right and win? So he enters the circle of revenge. He always wants to fight with the other side and close it on the one and the word and the behavior. Because inside him he became full of hatred, and he decided to live with these meanings in his life. Keep in mind that he is now like this unjust person. He thinks in his way and speaks his words and imitates him in everything. He gave up his place and became a miniature version of the other person. Okay, are these damages only and the human stands until here? No, of course. Like you deal with someone good and take good feelings from him, like love of people and giving and others, and these feelings increase inside you with time if you respond to them and live by them. The same talk for negative feelings such as hatred, harmful jealousy and anger. If you don't treat them inside you and you take them from anyone, they will live and take root inside you and grow up with you and go out with other people. Psychology tells you what it means. When you deal with people who are not good. For example, someone is a hypocrite. It is natural that you stay away from him if you do not do this and decide to deal with him on this basis and treat him with hypocrisy. It also takes root in you and grows and increases with the days, the characteristic of hypocrisy. You come to deal with someone else who is spiteful, for example, and you decide to treat him like this. You will find yourself after a while dealing with hatred with all those around you. Dealing with someone else, for example, a liar, you try to lie like him so that you know how to deal with him. And so on. This is how he measured the rest of the bad and fake qualities and feelings. You will find yourself in the end you became all these in each other. I mean, you became a hypocrite and a spiteful and a liar. In this way you collected all these qualities from different people and they are inside you. You became a human being full of hypocrisy and hatred and lies, so it is natural that all the good people you will find that they are away from you because simply I am not a good person, so it is also natural that everyone who gets close to him will be like you, and like you because he did like you. He responded to the offense with the biggest offense, and instead of avoiding the hypocritical, spiteful, and lying people became like them and decided to take his right by himself. In the end he lost himself first. And he lost the good people who would be bored of him and alienated. And what could have been someone else with more good than this? He could have heard advice from them that would change his whole life. He could have heard a word that would make all that he saw from the people and the world easy for him. But he decided to use his energy in the wrong way and get it out in wrong things. Try to forgive and live with the value of forgiveness. Believe me, your life will be very different and change from case to case. Don't regret your kindness that someone talked to you about or acted with. Don't believe anyone who tells you this is a time when there is no place for the good people inside it. Live with your strength and be strong over those who are less than you. Because God makes good people look like them and makes good people look like them too. Your position is great with God and great in the world. The good word of its owner is never equal to what comes out of it. The most horrible words and the soft heart that forgives and transgresses and ignores his right will inevitably come to him, and in the end you will never be able to get your full right from the one who wronged you as God will give you. There must be losses from both sides. Every battle and fight has its losses. Okay, and why from the beginning? Leave what has wronged you for days and you will see what will happen to him because of your guilt that he is living with. Live the value of tolerance. Elevate yourself and focus on your goals that you want to achieve. Don't let a harsh word or someone who wronged you stand in your way. Throw everything behind. Or someone who wronged you stands in your way. Throw everything behind and focus on what's coming. As the days go by, you'll find your health higher and better. Be aware that inside you revenge or maliciousness from a certain person, leave him to his darkness and his internal wars, and you keep your mental health, without which you will not be able to be happy or successful in life. Thank you. I see you in a new video with a new point of view. Goodbye.